Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
These are the participants in the Tata Steel Master section, the A group. 11 Aronian from Armenia, Karl Nakamura from the United States, Fabiano Caruana representing Italy, Boris Gelfand from Israel, Sergei Karyakin representing Russia, Leonard Dominguez from Cuba, Anis Giri, the Netherlands, Wesley So, the Philippines, Nadich from Germany, Pantala Hari Krishna from India, Richard Rapport from Hungary, and Luke Van Wheelie, who I met once and got his autograph, is from the Netherlands. Average rating 2743, category 20. Great tournament. Don't miss any of the action. Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Got a great chess video for you today. It's from the 76th annual Tata Steel Masters being played in Vikensee in the Netherlands. One of my favorite tournaments. Is between the number 2 and 3 in the world. 11 Aronian from Armenia is number 2 in the world, and my buddy Karl Nakamura from the United States is number 3 in the world. You do very rarely see number 2 and 3 play. It's going to be a King's Indian. Aronian goes d4, knight f6 for Nakamura, f3, g6, c4, bishop, knight, and d6, which determines is going to be the King's Indian. I don't know much about the King's Indian, but it's really fun to watch. e4, castles, bishop e2, e5. Karl tries a break. Bishop e3. Knight to g4 to go after the dark squared bishop. Bishop comes up, and Nakamura goes f6. Now that dark squared bishop for black looks kind of boxed in, but it's not going to last forever. Bishop, then pawn comes up, the bishop has to retreat to g3. It's a slight advantage for white, less than a pawn. Knight h6, and of course we're dealing with King's Indian, you get all kinds of crazy positions. c5, black's a little crap, but that won't last long. g4, knight has to move. Knight c6. C takes. C takes. Got some backward pawns here. Here and here for black. We'll see how it works out. A lot of action going on right here though. All this stuff, there's a lot just hanging there. It could break open at any minute. D takes. He does the intermediate check first. King moves, and then white takes the queen. Retake the queen. Minor advantage for white at this point. My Fritz 13 computer is running off screen. Maybe a third of a pawn. It's even. This is a really good spot for this knight, but this knight is guarding it. I'm not so keen about having this knight on the edge of the board though. White castles. Knight to d4. Rook a to d1. Bishop e6. It's kind of a weird trade there. As you can see, he trades, the knight comes back. Even though the knight was doing very well on d4. f3. G takes. Rook takes, rook d8. They trade off the rooks and get a minor piece ending. Right now it's basically even. I know the material is even. That dark squared bishop of blacks though is not so hot. That's why there's a slight advantage for white. Bishop to f2. He's trying to get his dark squared bishop in action. Pawn comes up. Now the king comes up. Now you'll notice, especially in a minor piece ending, the king's a very powerful piece. I've seen books that show the king is worth 4 pawns. More than a knight, more than a bishop, just below a rook. Get your king in there if you can. He's a great protector, and he's, believe it or not, even though he's vulnerable, he's a great attacker as well, especially in the endgame. King to G8, king comes up. They're trying to get their kings in. Hikaru, of course, is an aggressive player. He's trying to get his king right up there. Knight to A4. Bishop F8. Hikaru is trying to get his bishop into play. He's been hemmed in by these two pawns for quite a while now. And if you remember, it was move 2 or 3. Move 3 to that bishop last move. So this finally the bishop's getting in the game. Bishop. Bishop takes. Excuse me. Knight to C5 check. King to F7. King to D3. Bishop F4. Hitting the pawn on H2. H3 to protect the pawn by moving it. Bishop G5 hitting the knight. If Black had gone bishop to C1 after king to C3, doesn't really change much, but I think it gives white a tempo as the king gets closer to the queen side. After bishop to G5, hitting the knight, knight moves knight to F5, which is a really good spot for that knight. It's on a light square, so the bishop can't get it. The only thing that can attack it and take it is the other knight. Knight to E6. I think king to G6 was worth considering. Maybe bring his king around, try to pick up this pawn. Not too sure. Move the black pawn here. Let the bishop guard everything. After knight to E6, knight takes, king takes, king to C4. It's a tiny advantage for white right now. B6. It's tough sledding here, I'll tell you. It's a tough ending. A4. It's kind of the ironic thing in chess. The least amount of pieces there are on the board, the more complicated and difficult it is. It's one of those oxymorons of the game. Bishop come around. B3. Hikaru's holding his own here. He should be able to draw this. H5. Remember, Aronian is one of the co-leaders in the tournament, number 2 in the world. So having black against Aronian and drawing is a pretty good result. B4. A5. B takes, B takes. 2/3 of it, maybe a half a pawn advantage for white. It's drawn. King to B5, the king comes in. What to do, what to do. And this is move 40. It happens very often. Hikaru blunders. He goes king to D7. Double question mark. And it happens a lot. Now, I don't think he was low on time, but you see that when they reach time control, they usually make it. It happens very often on the time control move 40. It's an over 2¼ point advantage right now for white. To hold out, maybe, you should have played king to F7. I think that might have held. After king to D7, knight checks, H4. If he had gone F5, pawn takes, H4, and it's tough for black here. After H4, knight F5, bishop E1, it looks grim for black. Knight E3, king E6, knight C4. And this is where Hikaru Nakamura, number 2 rated player in the world from the United States, resigns. Heartbreaking loss for Hikaru. He was pretty much down a lot of the middle game and early end game, but he managed to fight back, and he had a draw. He just miscued on move 40. Tough luck for Hikaru. Anyway, folks, that's the game for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to remember, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. and hope to see all of you in the upcoming videos from this great tournament, the 76 Tata Steel. And I want to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.